log on to Angel or how to get to your information, just in case you are not able to do that. The first thing you want to do is you want to go to achievegenius.com. That web location is up here. If you do not have that, I would stop the video, make sure you can record that. Another thing I would do is I would add it to favorites. Click on favorites, add to favorites, and if you can see right here, I have a ton of things that I put into favorites, but I would definitely put that under your favorites so that you can find it. You're going to log in with your username and your password, and once you log in, it should take you to Genius. Now on here, this happens to be the teachers unit. You're going to see a lot of information on what's going on in the class, but over to the left it says go to LMS, and that's going to take you to Angel, and that's where we're going to do most of our work for our classes in this course. Now again, you're in my class right here, and you can see there's quite a few of them, but you're going to have a much more limited list of possible classes. I went ahead and I'm automatically logged in since I went through Genius. If you don't do that when you first go in, you'll have to log in differently into Angel. Now, once you get in here, the tech people would highly recommend that when you get done with this, that you click on the log off over on the left, and that seems to help with a lot of the problems they're having. If you don't do that, it becomes greater, or there's a greater chance that you might have some problems, things will go wrong. The big thing that we want to do, now my teacher, you can go in here and you can find out some information about me, how to get a hold of me if you need, but the big thing we want to do is we want to go to lessons. And I've tried to keep this pretty simple. Once you get to lessons, you're going to go right down the list, and you're going to see all of the different things that you're going to do. And you just want to go right down in the order that they're there. So the first, this happens to be my communication systems class. It could be any number of classes. The first thing we're going to have here is a pretest. Now the pretest has not been created for my first class here because we haven't done it yet. But in the next class, it will be available. You're going to have Welcome to Technology Education Online. There's just some general information for you, how to contact me. Angel handout, give you instructions on how to do a discussion thread, how to drop files in Angel, frequently asked questions, just a lot of different things for you to look at. If you are interested, you notice how I've connected to English standards and math standards at the 7th through 12 and 8th and grade, different things on there for you to look at. I can go back to lessons. You're going to go to Introduction to Technology. Here's your rules and expectations, what I expect, what you're going to be required to do, a discussion forum, which we will have a lot of those. Those will be 30-point assignments, and those will be required for you to participate. Let's go in and look at this one. And once you go in, you will have a description or a question there. You will notice up in the left it says New Post. You will click on that, and then that will allow you the opportunity to make comments addressing the question. Now, one of the things I want to make sure you're aware of is the difference between formal and informal writing. Informal writing is what you would do for texting, and if you notice I put a little example right here. Informal writing is pretty important in our society, and you're probably one of the first generations that ever had to know both informal and formal writing. When we're doing something online or when you're doing something formally for class, you really need to do formal writing, and that means you need to use proper sentences, proper grammar, you need to use your spell check, and you need to make sure that it's done well. Use a font that's easy to read, use black ink or black color, and it really needs to be pretty formal. When we're doing something like, say we were creating a design or a web page, or we were creating a portfolio cover or an invitation to a party, these are things that you can really play with a lot and do some different things. But you really need to work on formal and informal writing. And I have to admit, I do not use spell check as much as I should, but spell check is something that you really need to learn to use. So you would go to New Post, and that would give you the opportunity to answer these questions. And you notice down here I have a couple of students that have done that. If you see the plus by that, that means that somebody's replied to it. So when you go look at somebody else's comments, down at the bottom there will be the option to reply, and you are required to reply to that as part of your grade. I usually add a lot of little videos. Some of them are fun videos. Some of those are videos just to kind of talk about a little bit about whatever topic that we're talking about. If you notice right here, we have the notes, and you'll probably want to print these out, or if you want to keep them in digital format, you may do that. And those notes will be covered over this next one, which will be a short video. And as you go through the video, you can copy your notes, you can stop the video, but those notes are what are going to be on your test at the end. Once you've gone through all of these different things and looked at some of the information, you will come to occasionally a project. If you do this project, in this case the fairy tale technology, you're going to drop that right here, and then I will grade that. And then at the bottom, to finish up, you have quizzes that you'll need to take over that unit. Once you're done with the Introduction to Technology unit, if you notice right here, all of these folders should be done in the first week. Or if you're taking it in the fall or spring, you have, during the school year basically, you have 2 weeks to do that. Then you're going to go into Communication Technology, a little photography unit, and again you just keep working your way down. Now, I don't want to spend a lot of time on this, and I just kind of wanted to show you a little bit about navigating through the lessons and where to find the information that you need to find in the Angel courses. You will have to remember that you are required as part of an online course to log in. I believe it is 5 times a week, and they will keep track of that. Also, you will be required to take a final exam at the end, and that has to be proctored, and that means you have to be at a location that has been prearranged where you can take it, and there's somebody there to watch to make sure you do it right. Now, my particular classes, you will have a review quiz over all of the information that will be on the quiz. You may do that at home, and you may do that at any time, but when you take the final exam, that also will be online, but you will have to do that again proctored at a location that you have signed up for. Again, I hope this helps you a little bit on finding your way around Angel and getting starting, and a little bit about what the layout of my classes is going to look like. And you can work a little bit ahead. I don't want you to get too far ahead because you will need to keep up with like discussion threads and things like that. But again, start at the top, go to the next one, and just do the activities within each of those.